In Cactus, cards are worth different values. Most cards are worth their face value, so ace is worth 1, and these cards all the way up to 10 are worth a value on the card, so 10 is worth 10, 4 is worth 4, for example. Jack and Queen, they're both worth 10 as well, but Kings, they're worth 0 points. The aim of Cactus is to get the lowest hand possible, so at the end of the round you want to try and have Kings in your hand, they're very powerful, aces, 2s and 3s. Now as we play through the game, you'll see that some of these cards, when they're played, when they're discarded, have a special power. And I'll just run through the special powers now, and then you'll see them in action as we play through. The cards King, Ace, 2, 3, 4 and 5 have no special power. So there's no special power with those cards. A 6, a 7 and an 8, when you discard one of those cards, it allows you to have a look at one of the cards you have in front of you. If you play a 9, 10 or Jack, you can look at one of the cards your opponent has in front of them. And if you play a Queen, you can swap one of your cards for a card that one of your opponents have. So 6, 7 and 8, have a look at your own cards. 9, 10, Jack, have a look at someone else's. And Queen, swap a card. Right, let's play. Okay, so we're ready to play. We've shuffled the deck and we've dealt ourselves each 4 cards. Now the first thing that happens in every round is that each player can look at the front 2 cards they have. You glance at it, you're not allowed to look at them again, so make sure you know what they are and put them down. Now I'm going to start, so I'm taking a card and looking at it. Now I think this is probably better than the card I have here, so I'm going to discard that. Now it's Bertie's turn. He's going to pick up a card, and he can choose to pick up one from here or here, but I think this is a bad card, so he's going to take this one. He's looking at it and deciding what to do with it.
I'll look at one of my own cards, please.
So he's using the card for its special power. He's looking at one of his own cards that he hasn't yet seen. Now Bertie knows 3 of his cards, and it's Emily's turn. Emily's going to use this card for its special power, is that right?
Yeah.
So the 10 allows her to look at someone else's card. Which card are you going to look at? Okay, I don't know what that card is. Interesting. Right, now it's my turn and I'm going to look at this. Well, I think it might be useful for me to look at one of my own cards, the one that Emily's seen. Okay. So I'm going to play that 7. I used it for its special power.
I'm going to take it from the top. It's better than the one I looked at.
So Bertie's discarding a Queen. Now, Emily's decided that she wants to use the special power of the Queen in the discard pile. She can do that because Bertie discarded this card. He hasn't already used its special power. So Emily, the special power of the Queen is to switch a card of yours with someone else's. Oh no, she's switching with the card she's seen, and I know what that is. My turn. Oh, I'm going to look at someone else's. Your turn, Bertie.
Okay. I'm going to look at somebody else's as well.
Ah, no, that's wrong. 6, 7, 8, you look at one of your own cards. Right.
So,
What should we do, Emily? Because there's been a mistake. Let's
Yeah.
just give you a random card. You don't know what it is anyway.
okay.
So, Bertie, you've got an 8. Are you going to look at one of your own cards?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. Mistakes
Your
happen.
turn, Emily. Mistakes do happen.
It's not the end of the world.
Okay, I'm going to take a card. Oh, definitely don't want that card, but I think I'll have a little glance at Bertie's. Right, go ahead, Bertie.
So, I am going to discard this card.
Discard the card. Okay. Not looking at one of your own?
Already know all of my own.
Oh, you know all of your own. Interesting. Emily?
Play the game to know the game.
I'm going to call Cactus.
Emily's calling Cactus. Right, so now I've got one more turn and so has Bertie, but Emily doesn't get a turn. She's replaced her turn by saying Cactus. So here's my turn. Oh, and I've sort of forgotten what I've got, but I think this card needs to go. And I put that there.
I'm gonna switch this card.
Switch that card out. Now we reveal. Oh no!
5.
Oh no!
5.
Right, show us your cards. Push them in a little bit, let's see them. So, we've got, Bertie has 1 point for his ace, none for his kings, and 5 overall because he got a 4. So 5 points. Emily has scored, she scored 9 points because the king doesn't score. And I have got 27. So I was way off winning. But Emily, I'm afraid Bertie scored less than you. You called Cactus, and that means that you've lost this round. You get 10 extra points. Actually, you haven't lost the round. I've still lost, I think. You've got 19 points, and Bertie scores 0 because he had the fewest points. Right, now we shuffle for a new round. Right, here we are ready for round 2. We've shuffled the deck again and we've dealt 4 cards to each player. Let's look at our front 2 cards. Okay, Bertie, it's your turn to start. Go ahead.
Right. Oh, I'm going to use it for its special power.
Which is looking at one of your own.
Cards. I'm going to have a look at this one. It's pretty bad.
Okay, Emily.
Going to look at somebody else's.
Look at someone else's card. Okay, my turn. Ooh! Now, I'm just going to discard this card because I don't know any information about other people's cards, so I don't really know enough to be able to swap it. Go ahead, Bertie. Your turn.
Cactus.
Cactus already! I've only had 1 turn. Right, okay, Emily, you get another turn and so do I.
Just going to discard it.
Oh, interesting. I might take that. I'm just going to randomly swap it with a card I've no idea about because it looks quite low. Oh, well, 1 point. Okay, now we reveal. Ooh. I've got 20 points.
10 points.
You've got 10 points. Emily?
I've got 18.
18. So Bertie was... Push your cards in a bit. Bertie was right to say Cactus. Now, Bertie, you had these 2 at the front, right? So when you looked at the beginning, you knew you only had 1 point.
Yeah.
In your first turn, you looked at this card, am I right?
Yes.
So you had 4 points overall. So it's a good gamble, I think,
Yeah.
to take that. The maximum you would have got is 14, the minimum 4. So you gambled and thought, well, have a go. No one else has had a chance to switch their cards out yet. Well done, Bertie.
Yeah.
You've won 2 rounds in a row. Cactus has played over a number of rounds, and each round you add up your points and you add them to the points you had at the end of the previous round. When someone gets to 100 points, that's the end of the game. And that person has lost, and then you look at the standings, and the person with the fewest points has won. So, first to 100 points busts, and everybody else looks at their scores. That's Cactus.